Hi, I'm Bill Millholland with Case Design Remodeling. I'm here with our all-star project developer, Hope Hassell. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what drives costs in a kitchen project and how you can influence them. So we have some designers on staff that are really good with spending money, but every once in a while, we have to hit a budget and we have to still make that project look great. So Hope, I was hoping you could help describe a little bit of, you pulled some materials out, and what might drive or what are things you can do when you're designing your kitchen to help keep costs down. And I think that's where we're starting, right? We'll move on from there.
we'll go to the other ones
Okay.
soon. But to start off, cabinetry is really kind of the driver in kitchen designs. It's going to be your biggest cost. So a good way to save a little bit of money is going with a stock line of cabinetry and not doing something that's semi-custom or custom. So stock basically means that it comes in a certain amount of sizes, certain amount of colors, and it typically ships a little bit faster. So your project can actually start a little bit faster too. But having some stock cabinetry is a great way to cut down cost, and you still have some beautiful finishes, as you can see. Again, kind of staying with neutrals is a good way to go if you're trying to think about reselling your home, if you're doing a kitchen remodel with the goal of moving out in 5 or 10 years. And again, neutrals are very, very in right now. Another good way is to use kind of an off-brand quartz, which is, quartz is really popular right now just because, it's so strong and it doesn't stain and it's antimicrobial. But they do have some brands that are less expensive than others. We have MSI Q quartz that we're showing you today, which is a really good example of that. And then last but not least, your backsplash is another way that you can save a little bit of money. Porcelains, like the one that you see here, are a really nice way to kind of, still get a nice design, still get something that's, a little textured, three-dimensional, but do something that's not gonna be, $25, $30 plus a square foot. This is a little bit more around maybe 8, maybe 10. You're not breaking the bank, but you're still getting a good bang for your buck.
Okay, so I was looking at some costing before we came in here, and I was coming up with cabinets costing about 25-30% of the entire budget for a kitchen. Is that sort of rule of thumb what you'd go with as well? And it looks like even if you stay with standard components, you still have some really good options. And the problem is when you put some of this against some of the other, that's where you really begin to see the differences. So if you are planning on moving in 3 or 5 years, 10 years, maybe you want to put blinders on and walk past all of the sparkly stuff, because it's easy to fall in love, right? You find something, you gotta have it, but all of a sudden everything spirals out of control and you're spending a lot more money. And you can still get a really great looking kitchen. But you've also kind of developed a little bit of a ladder here, right? For us.
I have. So maybe let's slide
all the way down, huh? See, we're skipping the middle one.
The middle one, best for last. So basically we've kind of pulled the same idea here of, a kitchen kind of again in a quasi-neutral palette, but this is thinking if maybe this is your home and this is more of your kitchen and you want to do something that you really want to do. It's a great way to kind of pick an item and splurge, whether it's the countertop here, and you can see how beautiful this is. This is Cambria, so again, this is one of those name brands that I was talking about.
I just want to grab that sample and you can see the depth in this versus this looks, again, this is a fantastic option, looks amazing, but you start to put it next to other things and you see, like you were saying, how much richer and deeper it is.
Yeah, so Cambria is one of those brands where, it's a great way to kind of add a little pizzazz to your kitchen, or again, maybe you just put it on the island. But it's a great way to kind of have a wow statement piece in your kitchen. Another thing that I kind of pulled is some of these door styles, whether you're doing modern or a little bit more transitional. This door is a high gloss finish, so it's again, we're moving more into our semi-custom line of cabinetry, so you're going to be able to have some options that are a little bit more like this. So you can, you know, kind of touch and feel everything. And this one here is a alder. It's a premium alder, so there's less knots. Alder's becoming very popular right now for woods. People are kind of, a lot of people are still doing cherry when it comes to wood, but alder, for whatever reason, is kind of making a comeback here because it's such a gorgeous wood.
It's got a really nice grain structure to it. Yeah, yeah, that looks fantastic. And now, the bigger dollar one, huh?
Last but not least, so this is kind of going much more custom, where we're looking at cabinetry. Again, this is our custom line here. So this is a alder with knots, and believe it or not, you pay more for the knots. You pay more for a kind of hammered rustic effect like we have here. So I've been to the cabinet company, and they literally have people there with a mechanism banging on these doors. So people are, you know, again, ripped jeans at a store, they're gonna be more expensive than your normal jeans. Go figure, why are you buying jeans with holes? But it's the same idea when it comes to cabinetry. Again, you can see here with the countertop, we're using the Cambria brand again, but it just is so beautiful, and all their pieces are so unique that, again, if you want to step it up with your cabinetry, I mean your countertop, it's a really good way to go. We have some backsplash here. So this stuff is a back painted glass, which is unbelievable. And it comes in large format sheets, as well as some of these smaller pieces. But you can see, again, maybe compared to a porcelain backsplash, how this is gonna give you, you know, a really kind of gorgeous, yeah.
It looks terrific, but a totally different.
So as long as you're not looking with everything at the same time,
the blinders
that'll
on.
be beautiful for you.
Yep.
But this is really kind of a great way to go, as custom as possible.
Metallics?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So all these porcelains right now are coming out in metallics, and also kind of these 3D patterns. So again, you're not going too crazy. Like this one here is a little bit more of a statement geometric with the metal trim detail here, kind of the two types of natural stone. But this is a great way to kind of do all of that and be able to combine it together and get a really, really gorgeous kitchen. But you're definitely paying for this.
And not your typical kitchen faucet, huh?
I don't know if
Much
you can
more
tell.
stylized.
Little bit.
But great colors and just something really unique and a statement piece.
Brizo does some great knurling on, that's what this is called here, where you're getting this textured pattern on the metal, which is becoming really popular. So again, it's a great way to spend a little bit more money, but you get a little bit more detail on your faucet than something that's just kind of your run-of-the-mill pull-down faucet.
And we were just doing some really, really rough numbers earlier, and we thought that if this a kitchen built at this sort of level of specification was X, whatever that turned out to be based on size and shape, that the second one might be plus $7,000 to $10,000 perhaps. A big piece of that was the countertop option,
Yep.
and then the upgraded cabinetry.
cabinets, yep.
And then this might be another jump of, again, 7 to 10,000, 12, who knows, depending on what some of these things cost, that's going to raise it even a little higher. So as a client, you have a lot of control over what the kitchen ends up costing, but you got to do a good job of letting your designer know exactly where you want to be and how important it is that you be there, because the worst thing to happen would be a client end up at the end of this saying, if I would have known I could have spent a couple of extra dollars and had the exact kitchen I wanted.
It's worth it in the end.
Yeah. So anyway, it's easy for us to say. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye.